Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here today for the final press conference for the show that's taking place at Wembley on Saturday, which will feature the WBO International Heavyweight Championship between Chisora, former British champion from here in the UK, against Malik Scott from Philadelphia, USA. Great fight. You know, you look at this fight, it's, for me, it's what boxing is all about. Pretty even money fight. I think the bookmakers here have got Betfred's odds. They got Derek 65 and they got Malik at 21 to 20. So don't get any closer than that. And that for me spells a good fight. You've got good styles with the two guys, and I feel that the fans will be in for a real treat on the night because both of them know there's a lot on the line here. For Derek, he certainly can't afford a loss now. It's going to be a win-win-win for him all the way. And for Malik, he's obviously looking for a shot also at the world title, and he certainly won't be able to. He won't be looking to lose his winning record. As you know from the other day, we talked about his trainer, Jesse Reed, well respected in the trade, known him for a long time. And he doesn't get any more experience than Jesse in this business. A fantastic trainer, and his manager Marcus Coates has done a great job with Malik. And then we've got Don Charles, who I've got the utmost respect for as a trainer in this country, and I think he's going to go on to bigger and better things with the time and the experience that he gets. But you know, these guys are really well prepared for this fight. You only got to look at both of them. I mean, Derek's the fittest I've ever seen since he's been involved with me. Obviously Malik, he's done everything that's been asked of him. So I can't wait for Saturday night. I can't wait for the first bell to go. So I think we're going to see a classic fight. On the undercard, we've got another WBO International Middleweight Championship. Again, two undefeated fighters. Sorry, not again, two undefeated fighters. Champion Dario Saunders from Dublin, Ireland, trained by Packy Collins, Steve's brother. And then we've got Billy Joe Saunders, the British and Commonwealth champion, 17-0, trained by Jimmy Tibbs, again a very well respected trainer and a good friend. You know, for me, fights like this is what the game's all about. You know, somebody, as they say that old cliche, somebody's always got to go. This is going to be a really good fight. So we've got two fantastic fights here for the fans. Wembley Arena, 20th July, and it'll be live and exclusive also on Box Nation. So if you take lights on your reports, we would very much appreciate that. Got a fantastic undercard featuring some of the best young fighters in the country. Frank Buglioni, who's hopefully going to go from strength to strength. He comes through this. He'll have a title fight on the Copper Box show in September. A fighter who's had a little bit of bad luck, Bradley Saunders, an Olympian. For me, I think one of the best young talents in the country. I really do rate him. He's had a hand injury, he's now back. He gets fight out of the way, and hopefully we can move him on very quickly. And there's a lot of other young fighters on the card, including Steve Collins, Packy's nephew, and Steve Collins himself, son, making his Wembley debut. So again, I'm looking forward to that. All the guys are here. I know you've got lots of questions to ask. Just before you do, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Raymond Still and Betfred. If you want to bet on this fight, it's cheap, you can let people know. Get on early because I think should try and nick the odds. I'm backing Derek in this fight. It's a tough fight. I would say that become his manager as well as his promoter. But they're good odds. Any questions?
Derek, what sort of shape are you in and what can we expect from you on Saturday?
I'm in a great shape. You know, on Saturday it's going to be fireworks. I'm looking forward to this fight more than any of my fights previous. You know, my opponent is a very good boxer. All I have to say to you guys is just wait and see.
Malik, it appears looking at your record, having fought outside of the US before, is that much of a concern to you?
That was never a concern to me at all. The only thing I need is a room wherever it is I go. The earth is my turf. I best skilled heavyweight on the planet. I believe Chisora is the toughest, especially for such low experiences that he had. He's probably one of the toughest guys in the world too. And it's going to be a great fight. Like you said, it's going to be fireworks. Derek is not going to have to look for me. This is not going to be a dance contest. I'm not Fred Astaire. I'm not going to be running around over it. I'm too big and I'm 32 years old. I don't have the same energy I had when I was 20 to be bouncing all around. And it's going to be a great fight.
Malik is full of rules in the match. Full of rules. Yes.
Malik, is Derek the most dangerous opponent you've faced so far?
Absolutely. I would say that, yeah. This dude's coming to hurt me, man. He comes to hurt everybody that he fights. Yeah, but that also makes me better. That also took my game to another level in training camp. That really had me crossing my teeth and dotting my eyes. And this dude is a great fighter, man. And, I'm just looking to put on a spectacular performance. I believe this is going to be my finest masterpiece. I believe Derek is going to bring the best out of me. And I'm looking for a great fight, and I'm looking forward to staying undefeated.
Malik, 3 weeks ago on a conference call with both of you, both Derek and Malik, you both, well, it's hard to get a question in, if I can put it that way. There were several journalists on there. You guys seem to really tear at each other, but you've been very different with each other this week. Can you both talk about that a little bit?
Well, I know 3-4 weeks before, when I'm in training camp before a fight, I'm the most attitude is vicious thing, because I got these guys hollering at me every day. I got my sparring partners trying to kill me. And, you know, I got Dale Boy on the phone telling me he's going to knock me out. So we warriors. You know what I mean? I expressed how I felt coming into this fight. You know, Derek expressed how he felt. It's going to be a great fight. Either way, we got the fight Saturday. So I'm looking forward to a great fight.
Derek?
I'm just scared I might get a fine from the board, so I'm just keeping quiet. I might get underground fine, so for now I'm just calm. But who knows what might happen.
And Malik, on that conference call, I tried to ask you, even though it's probably the wrong time, because you guys were kind of in a cloud of red mist at the time. You were out for 4 years. What was going on in those 4 years, if I can ask? Obviously, I know you had the injury, but...
everything in the world. A lot of trials and tribulations in my personal life. I was having heavy family problems. You know, there's no excuses. I was going through injuries, even that the injuries, some injuries I was going through didn't have nothing to do with boxing. But, you know, I always say, like, this was a biblical world. You know, I'm Job, you know, because I went through all my trials and tribulations. I still believe. And I'm in a great position. Saturday night, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity.
Had you given up on boxing in those 4 years, though? Were you still
going
going to the gym?
I've never given up on nothing in my life. I just had to handle some things. Like I said, I had a family. And, you know, I was injured. I had 2 bicep surgeries, a calf rupture. Me and my promoters wasn't on the best of terms. You know, I had no manager at the time. A lot of guys wasn't the ones to fight me. You know, they had signed a contract and literally pulled back out, and some wouldn't even sign contracts. But either way, you know, I kept the iron fist. And I said, you know, my time has came. I'm going to take advantage of it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Garrett, Frank suggested there this is a must-win fight for you. Is that the way you see it?
Oh yeah, you know, it's a great fight. I'm not gonna deny it. We're gonna win in style. It's not gonna get to 10 rounds. I'll tell you that now. Sorry, I said lost.
So you're predicting a start.
Malik hasn't got the power to stop me. That's what I know.
I can't wait to Saturday. That's all. I don't have no, like, I'm so happy that we're 24, 48, 30 something hours away that, you know, the talking is done. I've trained hard. I know what I'm in with. I'm ready to show people I'm the best heavyweight on the planet.
Right, Gary, can I ask you, you're someone who's been around a long time now. This is by far your biggest fight. I mean, you must have waited a long time for this opportunity to show what you can do.
Absolutely. Can't wait for Saturday to show it up. Big opportunity in my little business. We're not good. Can't wait.
Why is it, do you think, that you've had to wait this long? You're unbeaten, you've kept winning.
Just don't think there's been one fight me. I think I've been avoiding for years. I believe I'm the best middleweight in Europe, best middleweight outside the world champions. You know, and they decided thanks for a chance to show everybody just want to show everyone what I got what's happening.
Because there are a lot of decent Irish middleweights as well as British middleweights, obviously Lee and Macklin, as well as sort of Barker and Murray as well.
Absolutely. Middleweight Irish
You
champion.
win these, you want to be in those fights, I presume.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I answer that question? At the moment, Spike is a Frank Warren fighter, so Frank Warren offers the fights. Robbie puts in front of us, we used to fight Joe Selkirk, defend his title in April, May. The fight didn't happen. We're asking for fights. We've been asked for a fight with Billy Joe Saunders from last year. Dean Palatel have been driving crazy. That's the fight we want. Because I believe Billy Joe Saunders is one of the biggest names around Britain, the middleweight division, so apart from fighting for world title, that's the fight we wanted. Because that would propel him into the mix for the bigger world champions. It's world champions we're looking for, or world title fights, or undefeated fighters, not Andy Lee and Matthew Macklin, unless they're world champions. So they're just not on our radar at the moment. Big fighter, Billy Joe, and then when he beats Billy Joe, we want to keep chocolate.
Is he going to beat Billy Joe?
He's going to knock him out.
Nobody's going to beat me.
He's going to knock him out.
100%.
No disrespect to his kid. He's a nice guy. His boy's going to knock him out. He's going to knock him out.
No, with that hairstyle on.
Who's that? You obviously have no mirrors up in the toilet. Their own hairstyle.
Actually, the last time I fought, he said that as a Chisora, he got knocked out himself. So
True, yeah. They knocked him out, yeah. So he
that's
should.
what trying to fight there, Derek. I do try to beat the
That's the bit I'll be having, Derek, so you can hold that.
Yeah.
Saturday night, yeah, in the dressing room after.
You know what, right? This is not like a competition between the local kids and your kids. We're all fighters here, ex-fighters. You know, there's a lot of respect here.
Does that mean bun, so don't worry, man. It's
Yeah.
not a joke.
I know, I understand. No, but I just want to set the record straight. I've said because Spike has to knock out Billy Joe, he's going to knock him out. We're coming to the UK, we're the away fighter. We're never going to win a close decision. We're not going to get any favours done. Similar if Billy Joe comes to Ireland to fight, same scenario. We've trained for this fight for a knockout because we're not leaving it to the referees, the judges. We're not doing that, and it's not going to happen. But what I did say was, and I'm going on record now, I don't like to see fighters get knocked out. I don't want to see fighters get hurt. You know, I was a fighter once myself, and it's no disrespect to Billy Joe. He's a nice kid. After the fight, we'd have a beer. Same with his trainer, Jimmy Tibbs, great trainer. But the outcome is Spike's coming here to knock out Billy Joe Saunders. But it's Billy Joe Saunders and the other fighter coming to knock him out, and it's no disrespect to that kid there. It's not respectful.
Did you ask Spike the question or his trainer? Can he not answer it?
Hey,
The reason why he knows he ain't going to knock me out. There's not a middleweight in the world can knock me out. I'll prove it. I'll be the best middleweight in the world. I'm 23, he's 29, that's the difference. I'm not avoiding no one. I've lined him up, I'm going to beat him, then I'm going to beat John Ryder. Like you said, the talking's all done. Saturday's coming here, 3 days away. We'll see who's the winner Saturday.
Pat, what makes you think that there are vulnerabilities so far in Billy Joe Saunders' career that he is going to be knocked out?
Well, 2 years ago we met Billy Joe at the O2, and we sat with Spike and Billy Joe, we spoke, and I said to Spike one day, you're going to have to fight him because he's Frank's. Young kids just signed up, he's going to put a lot of money into him, he's going to move him along. He's going to make the golden boy middleweight up to the UK, maybe bring him back to the era, up to the Eubanks, Watsons, Collins, bring him. So you're going to have to fight him one day. So we've been actually studying Billy Joe since then. Not just Billy Joe, but we've been studying. He's always had Southpaw sparring at least once a week because that's a fight we've been pushing for. Down the road, Billy Joe, I believe, if he continues the way he's going with his training, his coaching, he's going to become one of the greats of British boxing. The reason we're pushing for that fight is because I can see flaws in his armour, and I think we want to get them now, but he's still making them mistakes before his coaches in, take all them flaws out of his armour. So that's why we're pushing the fight now. 2 years down the road, he could be unbeatable. He could be like one of these, as I say, Carter, Dan, Eubanks, all these big names, Joe Kazaki, down the road. But right now, I see flaws, and it's not just myself. I'm looking at a two-time world champion brother, he helps me. He sits down and says, Steve, how would you fight this kid? And he says the exact same things as me. When I was out with Freddie Loach at Christmas time in LA, Freddie's a personal friend of mine. I said, Freddie, you fight this kid, how do you fight this kid? Because I knew we were going to fight him one day. You have different types of opinions, but we all come up with one mistake he makes. And that's the opportunity we're going to take. He's going to be pushed into making that mistake for Spike to knock him out.
Can you tell me that mistake, please, now?
The cage you don't make it, you know. Anyway, listen, Billy Joe, right? I do say, I believe the way you're going on the great middleweights. I do. I believe you've got a great team behind you, promoter, great trainer. And no disrespect to you, Saturday night, but I know Spike's coming here to knock you out because the only way to beat Billy Joe Saunders is to knock you out. It's not personal. I know you have a different opinion.
You've got your own opinion, yeah, I know, you've got your own opinion, but my opinion is
That's what
different.
you're for. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
See Saturday night.
Saturday's in, and I mean, that's all we've got to do now. Tomorrow away, shake his hand at the weigh-in, see him on fight night. That's the way you do it old school.
Can I just say something? I see this fight going like Hagler and Inter. Spike's been trained by myself from the very word go. I've trained Spike from the start. My trainer was Goody Petronelli all my career. I spent all my time with the Petronellis. I was there as a kid when Marvin Hagler was fighting. I believe Spike is like a Marvin Hagler. And it's going to be like Hagler and Inter. It's going to be a war. I'm not saying it's going to be third round cuts or whatever stoppage, but saying it's going to be a war. And the way Spike hits, he's going to win by knockout.
You're expecting bottles to be thrown in on yours?
No.
Expect about 500 gypsies to jump in the ring afterwards.
We talked about the promotion last week. I hope on Saturday when Robert Smith comes on, so we all the crash on.
Frank, can you talk a little bit about, I mean, obviously Pat's being very complimentary about Billy in one way, but obviously saying his man's going to teach him a lesson and he's going to grow from it. Well, what's your feeling about Billy Joe and how he's progressing at the moment?
I think he's actually matured probably the last 18 months. There was a little bit of a diet problem to start with. I think it's not as bad as Derek, but we got over that.
I've been sending him some biscuits as well.
But he's, he had a hand problem. He's settled down. He's still only a young guy in boxing. I think he's got tremendous talent. This is a tough fight. There's no doubt about it. And I know Spike. One thing about him, he's coming to fight. He's undefeated. He's been on the road. He's won on the road. But I think that he's a champion in weighting. I know he's a British champion in Commonwealth, but I think he's got the ability to go away. He's got to be his best on Saturday. You know, if 90% won't do it, 80% won't do it. He's got to be 100% focused because this guy here on my left is coming to win. He's not going to come here and just give up his title. He's coming here to defend it and win it. But I think Billy is one of the best young prospects in world boxing, and we're going to Saturday's going to be a big test for him. I want to see him come through that. He said himself, he comes through that and get out and cop box in September. He's got another tough fight. But that's what he's about. You know, he's an Olympian. He's had great amateur experience. He's been in the Olympic Games, and he's still a kid in terms of boxing.
Can you just map where you take Derek after this if he wins on Saturday night?
Well, if Derek wins his fight on Saturday, I'm quite confident about Derek. And I know again, his manager as well as his promoter, but I just feel that, you know, I've got confidence in him. I've got a lot of confidence in Derek because I see the things that he can do that he's not done. And it's all about being focused, about preparation. Whatever you do is about preparation. And this time around, you can't fault preparation. So we're going to see now what Derek has actually got. When he gets in the ring, it's not going to be like the Tyson Fury fight where he came a couple of stone overweight, which is his own fault, and he suffered from that. I can't fault him for the Hellenius fight. He won that fight, he was wrong. The fight against Klitschko, we took the fight. I always felt he'd give Klitschko a tough fight. I think he gave Klitschko his toughest fight since when he fought back against Lewis. I can't think of anybody else who impressed him as much as he did. He even won the last round of that fight, and with a bit more experience. And again, looking at what we found out afterwards with his eating habits, maybe that might become a Cinderella story, but he got a lot of experience from that fight. And against David Hay, you know, what can I say? He wobbled David Hay in the 3rd round. Bell went, who knows if that happened early on in the fight. He's a good finisher. Maybe David Hay would have been there, but David Hay, we know one thing he can do, he can throw bombs, and he threw bombs. But every fight I'm talking about, those 4 fights, were entertaining fights. You know, he does come to fight. And this time round, there's no excuses. Whatever happens on the night is how it's going to be. And there's no excuses from his end. You know, he never makes an excuse anyway. I've made excuses for him. And maybe that's an easy way out for him because of the diet problem. But no excuses. He's a 100%. I know Malik's 100%. So you've got 2 guys in there of focus, trained hard for the fight. Both want to win. Both know what it means for them to win. And I think that Derek needs to win more than Malik does. Because if he doesn't, it's another L. That's going to be a tough thing to come back from. It'll take time. If he wins it, you get another shot at the title.
Just final question for Derek. Derek, you know, you do look in phenomenal shape. I mean, everybody has noticed it today and been speaking about it. Can you just talk about the difference you feel physically from this kind of diet you've been on, this special regime, but also perhaps I think you've been doing anger management as well, and this is almost the happiest we've ever seen you at a press conference, I'd like to say, but could you talk about those 2 things a little bit?
Yeah, you know, I think the guys at So Make Food, you know, they like start looking after me on the diet meals. And on my anger management, my therapist is in the room, so I can't point out. He's in there in the cap. I'm joking. But
You've just been having an argument with the fella over there.
but it's been going well. I'm still signed up for another couple of years, so it's been going well.
And it's really helped you though, yeah?
Yeah, it's helped me a little bit.
It's all those anger management courses are all the rage and stuff.
That's how it is, you never know what now.
He's not getting sugar rushes anymore, that's what's...
Can I ask Jesse, how long have you been associated with Malik, Jesse?
2 years.
2 years. You've been around the block a few times. Are you concerned that when you look at Malik's record, he's only had 12 knockouts? Now, for a heavyweight who's getting on for 40 fights, that's not a very high ratio. In some way, or are you concerned if he's going to fight for a world title, he hasn't got the power to be a world champion?
I think Malik is a gift from God. He's got a lot of things that people don't even realize. I mean, talk is cheap. I mean, when you see the fights, and you're put in fights that people arrange for you, you don't really see a kid with this kind of talent sometimes doesn't show what he has. But whenever he's been put in a position where a guy's a big puncher, a tough guy, or a guy's undefeated, Malik finds a way to win. It's like Mayweather. Everybody criticizes him and they say this and that, got bad hands or whatever you want to say. Malik is a better puncher than people give him credit for. And yes, I'm an aggressive coach. I'm not this kind of guy that would work. And, you know, words are cheap, but I never would ever say that Malik can't punch. Any heavyweight can punch. It's where they put the punches. Malik is a sharp puncher. He's like a bullet hitting you. And the more that bullet's hitting you, pretty soon it takes you down. And like I said, talk is cheap. We come to the fight, ring the bell. We'll see where we're at.
Question for Marcus. What was the appeal for you in this fight for Malik?
Repeat that question, please.
What was the appeal? What was it about Derek Chisora that made you think this is a
I like the fact that Derek is going to be right in front of us. He's tailor-made for my guy, and you know, we're gonna pick him apart Saturday night. It's a wonderful fight. You know, thanks Frank Warren and Box Nation for having us and giving us this opportunity. But Saturday night, you know, we're not gonna have to find Derek at all. And Malik is an offensive fighter, and we definitely gonna be really offensive come Saturday night. So That's why I wanted to take the fight.
Any more questions? We all done?
Hold on. One thing I want to say that I respect about not only Derek but Don Charles as well is that they never make excuses. They never make excuses. You never have to worry about Derek win, lose, or draw, whether he was out of shape, in shape, whatever. He never makes excuses. He say, good fight, or yeah, I lost, and that's that. And Don Charles is the same way. So, you know. So after the fight, I'm not making a wedge. I do it. I hate it. But after the fight, me, Marcus Coates, after I hand Chisora his defeat, I'm hoping that me, Marcus Coates, Don Charles, and Derek, we all share a story. I got one already inside. Even if it's no smoke, I want you to cherish and take it for collective time. Boom, I'll quote from that. All right, King.
You play down the cigar.
I got it. Don Charles, my man, all right? Respect. Even if it's collect, if you don't smoke or not, it's good collective time. I got classic for you out there. All right.
I was gonna share with those after we beat him. When we beat him, I'll be giving those cigars. Like, yo, where's the cigars?
So I want to ask Derek a question. So, Derek, you say you're going to stop my guy. What round you going to stop him in?
Your guy's gonna gas out. We're gonna take him out.
Yeah, you're gas out.
No shake.
Yeah.
No shake. He's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, Derek.
Great fight. Great night of boxing. Dale boy.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks very much, everyone. And please tag line on the bottom, Boss Nation. Really appreciate it.